All right, YouTube and chat, how we doing today? Hope you guys are doing well. Now, today, what we're going to be talking about is convenience stores, or how they're known here in Japan as Conbinis. So why talk about convenience stores here in Japan? Well, I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard about the mythical Japanese or Asian, more or less, convenience stores and how they're superior in every single way towards the Western convenience stores. And that's actually true. When I first came to Japan, I walked into a convenience store because I was in quarantine and the only thing I could eat was from the convenience store literally at the bottom of the hotel. And I was just astounded by the amazing amounts of options and selections of convenience store items and food. And it was just very unique and very interesting. And I was taken aback as to like how different they are. And now when I talk about convenience stores in the West, like usually you think of like gas stations. You know, there's a running gag of gas station food. If you eat it, don't be surprised to get food poisoning and stuff like that. Like gas stations and convenience stores in Canada, and I'm sure more in the West as well, they don't have a good rep. And so a lot of people try to stay away from buying stuff at the convenience store. And so here in Japan, it's the complete opposite. Convenience stores have the highest rep. They have the highest, maybe not the highest quality of food, but the food quality is amazing and superb from my experience. And that's one of the reasons why many people are interested into these Japanese convenience stores and what they hold, what they offer in terms of selection compared to the West. And so I'm going to give you guys a little quick montage of me walking around a convenience store. You guys can see the various aisles, the various items that they have, and then afterwards we can more talk in depth. So without further ado, here's the montage. All right, so here we start off with this nice little study area where people, I guess, can come, they can chill, they can relax, they can just take advantage of the Wi-Fi they have and just relax, eat the food that you just bought before you have to head out. And so then here, there's this very convoluted cafe machine with lots of different options. You can make a lot of fraps as well, as you can see on the side over there. And so here you have many different types of options in terms of coffees and such. And so then from there, we move on to these normal essential items, sort of like clothing style. So you can see you got t-shirts, you got socks, you got undershirts, as well as you have some camisoles, some underwear. You have some ladies' garments for the legs as well, and a lot of beauty products over here. And here we have some manga, we have some reading material, we have some risque magazines, you know what I mean. And then we move on to sort of like the daily stuff that you might need around the house: toothpaste, toothbrushes, some cleaning supplies, stuff like that, some cat food, dog food, stuff like that. And from there, we got the ATM, we got the printer, and then we have the Family Mart payment machine. And then here we have your alcohols, you have your sort of wines, you have your harder liquors over here in their own little aisle, sort of not really refrigerated. And then we have your sakes and stuff like that over on this side. Here we have some nuts, we have some snacks, not chips per se, but you do have your nuts. You do have sort of these other more Japanese style snacks. You have your squid and I believe your octopus is in there, your like dried squid and stuff, which is really interesting. I haven't tried it, but hey, if you guys want me to try it, maybe a future video. And then you have some more stuff, some coffees over here, your blends for coffees and your sugars, stuff like that. So normally here you have your energy drinks, you have your sodas over here, your Coca-Colas down there. And then here we have more or less water, flavored water, vitamin water, stuff like that on this side over here. And then from there, we immediately start going into the teas. Tea has its own entire just fridge. And then going after the tea, you have your sort of coffees, your milk teas, stuff like that, your hot coffees. And then we start moving straight into alcohol. So we had one fridge for sodas, one fridge for waters, and then one fridge for coffees and teas. And now we have 3 fridges of beers and alcohol, seltzers and stuff like that. And so then here we have your ramen, of course. Where in Japan, people love the ramen. You have various assortments and flavors of ramen, different sizes, different types. From there, we move on to what looks like the frozen food section. You'll probably see some frozen beef, some frozen chicken, some pizzas, some mini pizzas and stuff like that, your frozen vegetables. Now, this is a very interesting section. So here in Japan, what's very popular are these jellies. And as you can see, these are the formats of what the jellies come in. A lot of the time, they sort of promote energy, they promote health benefits and stuff like that. And so they're very convenient, they're very great. They're very small, they're cheap, they're like $1-ish, $2 sometimes. And all you do is you eat the jelly and you get a lot of energy. They're very good. And I do recommend them if you do want some food, don't have a lot of time to sort of munch on something, you just need to suck on it and then you're out. Here we have some more products, some more daily products. You have your thermometers, you have your cleaning wipes. Here we have some more snacks. As you can see, we got some chips, we got some some fries. We have some cookies over here. We have some more cookies over there, some chocolates, some Snickers down there, as you can see. We got some Kit Kats as well, some more chocolates because they love their chocolate. And then we have more sweets. We have some candies and stuff like that. Here you have some protein bars, some more nutritional snacks. Then you have some more chips, some popcorn on this aisle. We have some chicken chips over here. We have some more interesting and different varieties of chips that you can get here. But compared to normal Canadian convenience stores, like it's pretty much all snacks. Most aisles at Canadian convenience stores, if I remember, is just basically chips and snacks. Here, that's more or less just like 1 or 2 aisles, as you can obviously tell. Many of the other aisles are more devoted to more interesting and more useful snacks. Here you have the frozen dessert section. You can see the ice cream, the popsicles, the chocolate popsicles. So this is where you would go and you get your more frozen snacks for a really hot day. And here you have the bakery. So one of the interesting thing about all the convenience stores, they all have their own sort of bakery, and where they have their own in-house made products. Obviously not in-house as in like in the convenience store, but like the Family Marts, the 7-Elevens, they have their own bakery that makes these items, and they're very interesting and unique to all of them. And here I have some couple examples. So here we have from Family Mart, we do have a glizzy. We do have a nice little hot dog, as you can see from right here. They taste pretty good. I really enjoy them. You also get other items such as this one. This is another glizzy called a Frankfurter or whatever the hell. So you can see it's a sort of a hot dog inside of a bun with some ketchup, some mustard, some seasoning as well. I really enjoy these glizzies from Family Mart and the other convenience stores, but I believe Family Mart might have my favorite ones. And so here you can see there's more different items. You have your melon pie, some desserts here, not just glizzies. You have some desserts here. It's like a bread with like whipped cream and like chocolate and stuff like that. You can see your melon puns, your filled breads, stuff like that. And a lot of these are very cheap and they're very affordable, and you can get a lot of them, basically calories from them. They're very good and I do recommend them. Now this last section, as you can see, is more the hot food sections, more like the full meals. You have the onigiris, that's more of a snack, but then as you can see, you have your bento boxes, you have your omelets, you have your ramen, as you can see down there, you have your salads, you have your sandwiches, and then over here you have your like burritos. You have more of these like spaghetti stuff and more hot foods that you can put in the microwave and then have as a full meal. Then over here you move into more of like, you see the chickens, the sausages, more like the ready to eat, just pure. If you just want pure raw protein, just go get yourself a nice chicken breast, just eat that. And then as well, as you can see over here, we do have some more items, some more ready to eat items that you could just put in the microwave and just eat. Here you have some more drinks. You have some tea, as you can see down there. You have your milks. Over here you see this entire section, that's all you see for more or less the juices. You have your mochas, your lattes and stuff like that. Very small assortment of that stuff. And lastly, over here, obviously you can't forget the desserts. So every single convenience store has its own like dessert section with a lot of sometimes in-house desserts that they make, as well as just an assortment of desserts. Now the interesting thing is every single convenience store has your own selection of desserts. Some of them are different than others, and some of them have better desserts than others, and depending on the sort of desserts you're kind of looking for. Some of them have amazing strawberry desserts, while the other one has more like the cream puffs and stuff like that. So it's a good idea to check out all these convenience stores and see what you can find in terms of desserts. So along with the items that you've already seen in the aisles in this montage, there are the more hot and ready to eat items like your chickens, your steamed buns. They do have some sort of items that do rotate every now and then, but more or less consistent between all the convenience stores. All of them have steamed buns. All of them have some form of chicken. Obviously some better than others, and so you're definitely gonna have to go check those out and see which one you prefer, which one you enjoy better than the other ones. Now of course, just like any convenience store, any sort of like gas station, you do have your cigarettes. You do have these sort of items that if you're an adult you can go and get if you have ID and stuff like that. But the very interesting thing for me is the fact that alcohol, you have a wide assortment of alcohols within the convenience store, in every single convenience store. So if I wanted to get drunk, I could just go to the nearby convenience store. While in Canada, that's not the case. Everything is controlled by the LCBO, which is the Liquor Control Board of Ontario. And so if you wanted alcohol, you had to go to their specific stores. You could not find any alcohol anywhere else other than at the LCBO. Now, even though I don't drink, I'm sure that's very useful for other Canadians if they want to get drunk and stuff like that. Now, as you just saw, there's so many options for not just snacks, but just whole foods, hot meals and stuff like that. You could honestly survive off convenience store food for a long time. Probably not the healthiest thing, as they do have to preserve it and stuff like that. But compared to convenience stores in Canada, I could live off convenience store food here in Japan. I lived off convenience store food for the 2 weeks that I was quarantined. What I would do is that every single day I would hop on the Discord with my boys. I would ask them, hey boys, what do you want me to try today? I took a picture of everything I could see in the convenience store, and then my friends would sort of pick and choose what they want me to try. And so you could see the videos that I made of those earlier, as I showed earlier in the video, where I tested and I tried out the various foods that they asked me to try, and most of them were actually pretty good. And so surviving 2 weeks off convenience store food, it was very good. Obviously at the end I felt a little bad, I felt a little sick, but it worked. I was alive. Now I'm sure if I were to do it differently, I would obviously focus on some foods other than others so that hopefully I'm not too sick, as well as some things that my friends recommended weren't that good, and so I would obviously avoid those. But aside from that, like I said, convenience stores here in Japan, they're very nice, they're very useful, and they're very just delicious. And I love the desserts. Here's one of the desserts that I found in Japan in one of the convenience stores. It's called a strawberry cookie cream puff, and it's very delicious. And as I said, the strawberry desserts they make here in Japan are all absolutely delicious, and these are absolutely gorgeous as well. And so that's pretty much it for the convenience stores. As I mentioned, they are very drastically different from the West. You can sort of live off the food, a lot of good quality options, and there's a lot of snacks, there's a lot of hot food. So if you're ever in Japan and you want a good snack, you want a good treat, and you don't have a lot of time to go to a restaurant, you just want something small, definitely check out the convenience stores. Now, as I mentioned, there are many different convenience stores. I did mention the big three: Family Mart, Lawson, and 7-Eleven. There are definitely other ones that are smaller, not as big as these ones. So definitely go check out and explore all the different convenience stores and see the various differences. Find out which one's your favorite. For me, I personally got to go with my boy 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven, I think, has the better options in terms of hot foods, drinks, and all that stuff. I feel like Lawson, the food isn't too attractive for me. The Family Mart, the chicken is very delicious at Family Mart, but as a whole, I do prefer 7-Eleven over the rest of them. So if you're in Japan, definitely check out 7-Eleven, my favorite. Now, that's pretty much it for convenience stores here in Japan. As I mentioned, the convenience stores here are amazing. I know the ones in the West get a bad rep, but if you're in Japan, definitely check them out. Trust the food, it's delicious. Definitely give them a chance. You'll probably find some hidden gems. Like for me, again, as you saw, I love the glizzies here in the convenience stores, and there's other things that I definitely, if I have the chance to get it, I'll probably get it, as they're very good and delicious. But hey, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed the content. Definitely let me know with a like, a subscribe. Again, if you want to see anything, let me know down in the comments below. But aside from that, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoy this content. Thank you for the time, and I will catch you next time. Peace out.